Alright my fellow agents, welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and as we start this video off my friends, I need to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible support. We actually cracked 100,000 subs as of yesterday. So again, I don't even have the words for it. I mean, for those of you that may not know, I'm just some average gamer, you know what I mean? This is a hobby of mine. I started it just over 5 years ago, 5 or 6. Anyway, the point is this. The main reason I created this channel was to build a toxic-free gaming environment where people work together, help each other out, all that good shit. That is exactly what we've done. That is never going to change. And again, thank you for your incredible support. Alright, so with that being said, as we make our way towards the end of the season, a lot of you reach out to the channel asking me to highlight some of my go-to builds in the game. That's exactly what we're going to do today, and we're going to start the series off with one of my favorite Bluescreen builds. Now with the specialization, you can see I'm using Gunner, and I'm doing that for the following reasons. You get that extra armor on kill, reload speed increase, access to the Banshee Pulse, extra rate of fire, you get some extra weapon handling when you're in cover as well, and always remember, please make sure to have the proper weapons activated in your weapon skill tree. That way you're getting a 15% weapon damage bonus regardless of which one you're using. Now my primary weapon for this build is the Bluescreen. It's slowly becoming one of my go-to weapons in the game. There's a bit of a learning curve, but once you get it down, it's absolutely amazing for crowd control. You can see it has the talent Disruptor rounds, where shooting an enemy marks that enemy and adds a stack to the agent up to a count of 50. Shooting a marked enemy refreshes the mark and adds stacks to the agent. When you deploy a non-shield skill, remove all stacks on agent and all marked targets trigger an effect, and you can see the following effects depending on how many stacks you have. And you can also see at the very bottom, they say this effect will trigger immediately if any marked enemy is killed. As far as the secondary is concerned, it's totally up to you, my friends, dealer's choice, and if you don't have, let's say, the Bluescreen, in the meantime, you could use your favorite LMG with a talent like Pressure Point, as that is going to amplify your weapon damage by 15% to enemies under a status effect, which is pretty much every damn enemy you're going to be shooting because of the gear set that we're using. Now you can see the gear set we're using for this build is Ongoing Directive. We're running 4 pieces to get all of the gear set bonuses. 2 pieces 15% status effect, 3 pieces 30% reload speed, and 4 pieces rules of engagement, where shooting a status affected enemy will apply a mark. And killing a marked enemy is going to grant a full clip of hollow point ammo for your active weapon and half a clip of the agent active weapon to the rest of the party. Mark is going to last for 10 seconds, and not only that, the hollow point ammo amplifies weapon damage by 20% and applies bleed on hit. Next we have the body armor, which is the second piece of Ongoing Directive, and because we're wearing a piece of Ongoing Directive as the body armor, we have access to the talent Parabellum rounds, and that is going to increase the hollow point ammo weapon damage amplification to 50%, so you definitely want to use that. Continuing on to the holster and the knee pads, 2 more pieces of Ongoing Directive. Right after that we have the gloves, and as you can see we are using the Overdogs. These have the talent weakest link, and that is going to amplify weapon damage by 30% to the lowest ranking enemy currently in combat as per the tier hierarchy. If you don't have these, you can use Contractor's gloves. I can promise you they will get the job done in the meantime, and I'll leave a link on how to get the Overdogs in the video description down below. Last but not least, my friends, we have the backpack. It's the 1 piece of Petrov that gives us an extra 10% LMG damage bonus, and we are using the talent Wicked. We're applying a status effect, increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. That is an absolute lifetime in this game. Finally, as far as the skills are concerned, I'm using the combination of the Banshee Pulse and the Reviver Hive just in case things get sideways. I also want to mention, in the gameplay footage you're about to see, I do not have any global modifiers active whatsoever, and the reason for that is to ensure that whenever you see this build, you know exactly what it can do without any special events. Hope this helped you out, my friends, and as always, questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know, and I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. On that note, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay footage and a few final thoughts. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible continued support. Please let me know of any other questions you have I did not address. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time, and as I mention at the end of every one of these, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Hello once again, my fellow agents. I hope you're doing well in this fine day. Again, I cannot thank you enough for the incredible support. You know, to get to 100,000 is absolutely insane. And you know, as I've talked about, the last 2 months have been incredibly hectic for me. It's actually been the slowest 2 months I've ever had here at the channel. So honestly, to get this milestone during this phase kind of makes it even more the sweeter. You know what I mean? So again, Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the build breakdown. As I've mentioned previously, that second week in June, I should be back to posting my regular videos. We're going to be doing farming videos. Obviously, build videos will continue. Talking about the next season, all of that good stuff. And as always, please let me know any questions you have, and I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. I think that's all I got for this video. Trust me, I'd like to keep talking on and on and on, but I got to get out the door for work. Actually, I'm recording this video on, what is today? I don't even know days anymore. Wednesday, May 27th. This will be live tomorrow, or today, you know what I'm saying. Thursday, May 28th. Thank you again for everything, my friends. Take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and I will see you in the next one.
Reinforcements en route.
Time to move!
Incoming hostiles detected.